Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within TV show. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, student of astrology, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. And I'm a mother and a wife, and I am here to witness you becoming the best version of who you are. So how are you? How is everybody today on this amazing Sunday, windy, sunny day? And I'm sure you came here to hear the weather forecast. Sure you did. Well, let's dive in. Let me do a quick introduction, get all the important stuff out of the way. So to start off with, I'd like to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. Although there's not going to be a raffle giveaway for this particular show this week. Maybe it will come back next week, but not for this week. But I still would like you to share, like, and comment. If you missed last week's show, know that you can watch it on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or YouTube. And with that being said, go and check out last week's show where I had Nick Rafter, our amazing journalist, writer, and editor. He's combining careers. He's actually taken two careers and using them both. He's also a real estate agent. So you definitely want to check out that, especially if you are someone who's interested in having two careers and thinking you may actually have to get rid of one where you don't. And he shares how that you can have those two careers successfully. So that's last week's show. So go check that out. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to all of my advertising sponsors that make my show take place every week, makes it happen. And there's a list, so of course I have to read because sometimes I forget. So we're going to start off with Kendrick Lear. He's my amazing astrologer and so much more. So if you are looking for some astrology insight, connect with Kendrick Lear for that. Then we also have Nicole Black, who is the author of I Can Still Hear You, and she's an entrepreneur. Robert Garcia, who is our warrior strategist. I highly recommend you connect with him, especially this week if you are someone who's looking to get an article up and going. He's the go-to person for that. Then we have Todd Bradbury, who is the CEO or the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy. And he has an amazing program that just started up this week as well. So there's a lot of new things going on with all my advertising sponsors, which I'm really excited for. As also Nick Rafter, as I mentioned, he is our writer, editor, and journalist, along with being our real estate agent. And last but not least for this week is Eliza Bloom Robertson. She is our transformational catalyst, and she's one of the amazing guests that are coming on today, which I'll share about shortly. But before we go into that, and I also want to give a big shout out to Bobby, behind the scenes, who makes this all possible. Without him, this would not take place. So thank you, Bobby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I asked, how are you all feeling? Within the last week, we have experienced such amazing and interesting energy where last week sometime, I don't have the specific dates, but we had a lot of planets in Aquarius energy. Aquarius is our air sign, so about logical, analyzing, overthinking, brainstorming. And then some of those signs shifted over to Pisces energy. So in the last 48 hours, we had the sun, the moon, Neptune, and Venus in Pisces energy. Today, we now have, minusing the moon, we have the sun, Venus, and Neptune. And I do believe that Aries, I'm sorry, where's my mind? That Mercury has also joined forces with the Pisces energy. So we now still have 4 amazing planets connecting with Pisces. Now, if you don't know anything about Pisces energy, 12th house energy, it's really about tying up loose ends. I was going to say tying things up. Tying up loose ends, putting a period at the end of the sentence, and completing projects. And I'm really happy to say that I am so perfectly aligned with this amazing energy, as I did just that last night. I actually sent off a book that I've been working on for some time now, my amazing book, Healing with Numbers. I sent it off to get my proof copy. So I should have that within the next 14 days. And I'm really looking forward to getting that and launching it. So that's one project that is finished, that I can put a period to and start a new project. So I ask you, what have you completed maybe in the last week as a project you've been working on for some time? I also want to sort of rewind back into those planets, because I mentioned four planets that are in Pisces energy, and I missed one, which is Venus. I don't think I mentioned Venus energy. Very important planet there. I don't know how I missed it. But anyway, needed to go back because I kept hearing the spirits in my head. You missed this, you missed a planet. You missed a planet. All right, already. I mentioned it. Anyway, so let's just speak about this Pisces energy that we have going on, and what's it going to help us with as we move forward. I also want to make a notation that along with the Pisces energy, where we have the 5 planets in Pisces, Pisces moon has rotated into Aries energy today. So now the moon is sitting in Aries, which is about fire, action. And I also learned today that along with Aries being, the moon being in Aries, Aries is also in Chiron, the Chiron planet, which is about our inner child stuff. So if you're experiencing any inner child things showing up for you, I invite you to be in those emotions. Do not try to push it under the carpet. Do not try to fix it. Do not try to heal it. Allow yourself just to be it. That's all I'm asking you to do with that energy. And as I said, we all now lost an hour of sleep last night due to daylight savings. So there's a lot of energy going on this week, as there's going to continue to be a lot of energy going on this week, because at the end of the week, we're going to be moving out of Pisces energy and moving into Aries energy. So that's a big thing. And along with that taking place, we're going to be moving out of fall and moving into spring. So how are you all feeling with this energy? Are you feeling magnificent and ready just to like take it all off and release and let it all go and surrender and do you? Or are you feeling like you still need to be closed in and sheltered and not be seen? Because if that is you, I invite you to really sit and watch this show today. Watch this show today, because I almost promise you that by the end of the show, if you are feeling like you want to hide still, and you're feeling like your frequency is low, and you're feeling like you just can't put one foot in front of the next, I promise you that by the end of the show, that's going to all change. Because besides for our volunteer experiencing the healing that's going to take place today, each and every one of us who are watching are going to experience this energy as well, because energy is energy. And it doesn't matter if you're going to be right next to the healer or 3,000 miles away from the healer, which theoretically we all are, because the healer is not in any of our energies right now physically. She's definitely going to be in our energies spiritually, emotionally, and everything in between that. So I'm inviting you today to, when you do sit and join us in another give and take 2 to 3 minutes, that you really just allow yourself to be involved with this energy that's going to be taking place, and be open to receiving whatever shows up for you. Especially if you are feeling a little sluggish, or you're feeling a little disoriented because of all the energy that is taking place and has been taking place for quite some time. I mean, we jumped into 2021 very differently than we jumped into 2020. The energy is totally different than last year's energy. This year's energy is really about action. This year's energy is about transformations, about change, about freedom. And hence to say, when we think about the universal energy, which is 2021, it adds out to a 5. 5 is really just about change, freedom, courage, and being unpredictable. Because when you're unpredictable, you're open to the possibility that anything is possible. And having that attitude is a great attitude to have, because anything is possible and everything is possible. And when we have that approach, magical things do happen every single day. And that magic helps us to keep our vibration high, so we can be in the frequency of the things we want to be aligned to. So I'm really excited for today's show, and going to get ready to dive right into it as we go to a commercial break, which we're not doing just yet. Just want to remind you that if you have not shared, like, and comment, please do so. I will be looking at the comments later and getting back to you in reference to any questions you may have. Feel free to put those questions in the comments. If you are addressing your question to the healer, Eliza Bloom Robertson, just put Eliza and then I'll direct those questions to her. If the questions are directly to me, obviously put my name so I know who to direct the questions to so you can get the right answers from. And know also that today is the demonstration and that Eliza will be back 2 weeks from today with Gail to actually do a follow-up based on the demonstration that's taking place today. So with all that being said, I'm going to give you a moment to go get some water, take a bathroom break. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'll be right back.
Are you ready for that breakthrough? If so, I can help. I'm Reverend Eliza Bloom Robinson, Transformation Catalyst, and I support people just like you to move through into breakthrough, finding the place of empowerment and clarity about who you be and what you do. I'm offering a complimentary consultation session. Just simply email me at newhumanitynow@gmail.com, and I look forward to chatting with you.
Hey everybody, Rob the Warrior Strategist coming at you from San Diego, California. And if you want help developing your own income streams and entrepreneurial systems, feel free to reach out to me at dragonsgold76@gmail.com. Thanks.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just joining, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I just realized that I didn't even pull a card for today. That's how damn excited I am for today's show. So you know what, I think for right now, we're gonna skip the cards. Maybe we'll do it at the very end. But for now, I am so damn excited to introduce my guests today. My guest, my volunteer. Oh my God, I'm at the edge of my chair with excitement. I'm hoping that both of them can feel my energy, my excitement. So let me dive into this because we have a loaded show today. And again, everyone be open to receiving the energy that's about to take place today. With that being said, I'd like to introduce Eliza Bloom Robertson, who is our transformational catalyst. And she's going to be demonstrating the quantum frequency healing session. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Eliza, how are you today?
I'm well, Joanne. I'm really thrilled to be here and to be working with our subject.
Yes, 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 yes. And talking about the subject, let's introduce her as well. Gail Nicholson, she's our volunteer for today, but she too will be showing up here in a couple of weeks and doing a demonstration as well in her specialty of emotional freedom technique. Did I say that correctly, Gail?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Awesome, awesome. I don't have any notes on that particular subject for today, but that's okay. It's not about that. So, Eliza, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn as I say, the mic over to you and let you just briefly explain what's going to take place and then dive into the work. And at some point or another, I'll probably just like sort of do some sort of dance to let you know we're going to get ready for a commercial break. All right. So Eliza, take it away.
All right. So just briefly, we are using a quantum frequency device to do two things, both scan our volunteer, who is Gail, both scan Gail's bioenergetic field and then actually feed her, send the frequencies to her. So we've been connecting a little bit, and Gail, you came prepared with an intention.
Yes.
So would you mind speaking the intention for us?
Oh, yeah. Well, I had written it to you. Like, what did I say? But essentially, it comes down to removing any barriers that I have to receiving financial success and abundance from my own activities. I can do a day job. I can, do certain other things, like Airbnb. But when I go and put myself out there for an offer, then I start sabotaging myself and it just get in the way of it working and receiving from it. And that pattern's got to stop. So if this can do that, that's yay.
Yay.
Woo, yes. We're all going to feel that for sure, I'm sure.
We're all going to feel that, yes. So we'll let Gail, this session is for Gail, but we'll also let her be proxy for anybody who's listening.
Yeah.
Right? So using, and I'll just, this is our little quantum frequency device. This is the magic thing. And I've got Gail set up as a client inside my system. So speaking the intention begins to set the field. So speaking the intention, we felt your intention, Gail, and it's about removing the barriers to your abundance in the simplest form.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if you were to have the experience of having all of the barriers to your abundance gone, if they were removed, what would you be left with instead?
An eagerness to interact with potential clients, a background knowingness that no matter what, no matter where, I can create enough to take care of myself. I'll never end up homeless. I'll never end up living in a refrigerator box. And just knowing that I can, no matter what, I can.
Right. So we begin to feel into that. And I'm going to invite you to go out further than I'll never have to live in a refrigerator box into I am aligned with my absolute abundance.
Okay. I am aligned with my absolute abundance.
How does that feel?
Of course, my brain wants to kick in and talk about math, absolute values.
Okay. So throw another word in. I am aligned with abundance.
No. That's kind of a symptom of what I do. My brain gets in there and starts picking things apart. But yeah, I am aligned with absolute abundance. Everything that I came here to be able to allow to flow through me, in and out, from and to, all of that. I am aligned with the flow of abundance.
There you go. We got that word in there. I am aligned with the flow of abundance. So just to point out what we just did there, we went with Gail's intention, and then we began to soften the space around it and create more space for a deeper, more powerful, and positively framed, right? Because removing obstacles is the path to being aligned with the flow of abundance.
Okay.
Right? So we're going to take a moment to really just center in and to just, so go ahead and center in. We're just going to call forth our divine center. We're going to just take a breath, Gail. I invite you to move your awareness from your head to your body, and everybody else who's listening too. Move your awareness from your body to your being, which is tapping into that place, which is the divine essence of who you are and who you be. Take a moment to connect your feet to the ground. Feeling that connection, that grounded, that centered, that anchored place. And connect through your crown and your palms to the sun. That which is symbolic for spirit, universe, and the infinite. And then from the sun and the earth, find that point, come towards your center and find that crossover point. And it's in that crossover point that we do the work, we set the intention, we hold the intention. And so we've let go of the mind and the body and emotions, in essence, by landing in the center point. And so for Gail, I'm going to scan the program in my system that's called All Healing Programs. And we're just going to see what comes up. So just in that center place, all I do is I just hit a little button that says Analyze. So what we're doing, just doing a little teaching as we're doing this, is we're actually analyzing the bioenergetic field, which is the information field of Gail in relation to this intention. And the statement is, with what do I have the greatest resonance? And so we're really looking at what energetically using frequencies, and I probably could have talked about this a little bit more, Joanne, about what frequency is, but really just opening to receive the frequencies that bring Gail into coherence and resonance with this intention. And
Awesome.
the program comes up, and it comes up with 5 different programs. And this isn't going to mean anything to anybody, but just to say them out loud. The first one is the deep cycle, the bioenergetic balance 1, meridians 1, sleep, and meridians 2. What we basically ask this little quantum device is, what are the frequencies that will help Gail come into coherence, come into resonance with this intention? So go ahead and say that intention again, Gail.
My intention is to remove all barriers to my financial flow.
And then say the new one that we
And
which is, I am in the
I
flow.
am in the flow of abundance.
Yes. And so say just that part. I am in the flow of abundance. Say that
I
2
am
times.
I am in the flow of abundance. I am in the flow of abundance.
And so we've scanned, we found out which frequencies your body is calling for, your bioenergetic field. And now we are going to vibrate those frequencies into your field. We're going to do that for, I'm going to ask Joanne, just timing wise, 2 minutes and 49 seconds or 1:20.
We could do 2 minutes, 49 seconds.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to vibrate those energies, those frequencies. So we're going to go quiet, and we're going to just let Gail and everybody else just simply be in a quiet space, open to receive. And then if you feel like you want to ask me a question, we can talk in and through that, but we want to let Gail have that 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Okay?
Definitely.
So we are going to vibrate. I'm just setting the system up here to vibrate. And so just come back to that center point, Gail. I am in the flow of abundance. Say it one more time.
I am in the flow of abundance.
And then just simply open to receive. And the vibrations, the frequencies are being sent to your field now.
It's very interesting. There seems to be a lot of activity up my spine and across my T-zone and my back.
So just opening, receiving. Don't try to analyze it. Don't figure it out. Just notice it.
No, I'm just feeling it.
Mhm.
And perhaps our viewers might be feeling the same, because I know I'm feeling it as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, so letting the viewers know that the same thing, just don't try to analyze, don't try to shift it away, let it be. Just let it be.
Yes. And if you happen to notice any place where anything gets stuck, just breathe into it, open up space, be willing to receive with no expectation. Might get an image, a symbol, a journey even. Just allow your mind to keep opening, your system to keep opening and receiving. Just notice what you're noticing. How's your body? Any sensations or awarenesses?
Well, the pain in my right shoulder is starting to melt. The right half of my body energetically feels open and brighter than the left side of my body, which is very shadowed and not cooler, but like less activity, less light gleaming. It's just like calm, just sedate. But it feels like the right half is just like softly glowing, warm, radiating kind of thing. And these are just sensations,
And so the frequencies are complete. Doesn't mean your experience is complete, but the frequencies are complete. So as you're feeling that, as you're explaining what that's feeling like in the right side, what do you notice about that?
Well, it's interesting because as soon as that's, you said it was complete and I heard the sound stopping, the right side wasn't quite so bright. It kind of like rested, and the right and the left sides kind of like, how do I want to put this? It's like when you put water in a container, it filled the space.
Ah, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So does it seem like it could be that it filled the space that was created when the obstacles were dismantled? Or the barriers?
Well, possibly, but it's not like a Jenga board where there's holes between the pieces of wood. It was more like water, like everything was washed through, and it kind of made it become, like when you put red dye into a glass of water, it eventually it all becomes red, right?
Right.
It doesn't float on the top. It doesn't polka dot through the glass. It's red water now.
And how do you feel in this moment, filled with the red water, which I'm going to name abundant?
I feel better. Definitely, even if it was just from sitting still for a few minutes and just focusing on my breathing, the tension in my right shoulder has dissipated. The pain is still a little bit of a phantom, but it's gone. The range of motion is present. But definitely there's an uptick in whole body energy, right? Like feeling a little bit more ready to face the day kind of thing. And you may be able to tell by my voice, it was a rough day yesterday. I was having way too much fun.
Rough day and too much fun. That shouldn't go together, but okay.
Yeah. And Eliza, if we may, if we can just take a commercial break at this point and then resume, does that work?
Yep, absolutely.
But before we take that commercial break, Eliza, let our viewers know how they can reach you.
Best way is find me on Facebook, Eliza Bloom Robinson. I'll be tagged on this show. And I also have a website, elizabloomrobinson.com.
Excellent. And Gail, please let them know how they can reach you.
Oh, I'm also very easy to find on Facebook. Just look for Gail Nicholson, spelled the same way as my identifier down there with a Y. And you can also find me at gailnicholson.com.
All right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Just get that water, come right back, because we'll be right back.
Hi guys, I'm Kendrick Greer, personal astrologer and astrological counselor here in Brooklyn, New York. I've been an astrologer for over 23 years now, providing astrological readings, counseling sessions, workshops, and corporate events all throughout the tri-state area. I've been very blessed and lucky to have clients all throughout the United States and beyond. If you're interested in a reading that is warm, heartfelt, honest, and conducive to speaking to one of your best friends, please contact me at 917-863-7528. You can also email me at kendrickstar@gmail.com. That's Kendrick, STAR@gmail.com. And for you Insta people, find me on Instagram at Kendrick Cortez Astrology. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Toodles.
Hello, my name is Nick Rafter, journalist, writer, editor. I'm happy to be offering copy editing and line editing services at competitive industry rates. If you have a book or any document that needs to be edited and thoroughly looked through, please contact me at nickrafter@gmail.com. Let's discuss how to get that work done. That's Nick Rafter, NICKRAFTER, @gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon.
Hi everyone, I'm Natan Bredbury. I'm a veteran, Kabbalist, mystic, coach, and spiritual mentor. I have been blessed to help many students on their spiritual journey over the last 20 years. I am currently the founder of the Mystic Warrior Academy, and what we're doing is we're helping veterans heal from the inside out, overcome any sort of emotional trauma that they've been through. So if you're a veteran, a therapist, or a coach, and are interested in learning more about our program, you can contact us directly at info@mysticwarrioracademy.com. Blessings.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, and I have two amazing guests here. One is my healer and one is a volunteer. The healer is Eliza Bloom Robertson, who's our transformational catalyst, and our volunteer today is Gail Nicholson. So if you are just tuning in, remember to share, like, and comment, but you're also going to definitely want to come back and watch either on the replay or any of the three platforms, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or YouTube, because you definitely missed a really good portion of the show. And I'm going to be turning it back over to Eliza so she can continue what we were doing.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, what happened? Are you with us?
Oh dear.
Did we lose you?
I did, but I'm back.
Okay. All righty, there she goes.
I was like, oh no, I'm gone.
Oh no. All right, so go ahead, Eliza.
Yeah, so what we just did is we used a quantum frequency device to scan Gail's bioenergetic field. So we have a physical body, and then beyond the physical body, we have the electromagnetic field, which is about 3 feet out, arm's length, either way around. And then we have an information field, and you can call that the soul or the information field or the bioenergetic field. So we actually scanned the bioenergetic field, and then we sent frequencies into it. We were using the intention, I am in the flow of abundance. And so Gail was talking to us before commercial break about feeling how she was feeling the space and the water. So just checking in real quick right now, at this moment, you'd said your shoulder was loosening up. So you're noticing, Gail?
Yep. So my shoulder is still loosened up, still, just a little bit of phantom pain there. I'm starting to get cooler now. I wasn't having a hot flash or anything like that, but my body was warm when we were doing the frequency transfers. And now mind you, I am sitting under a ceiling fan, but my body is starting to cool down to the point where I want to grab a sweater. And not like I'm cold because of it, because I was wearing a sweater before the show. So I'm going back to normal now. And I was warmer during not uncomfortably warm, but definitely warmer during that. My energy level is perkier than it was tuning into the show.
And your voice has
My
changed.
voice is starting to
Yes.
yeah, get back up there into the realistic realms again. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm noticing right now anyway.
Mm-hmm. So what this frequency does, what a quantum frequency does, is it helps bring our bodies, our body, mind, heart, soul, spirit system into coherence. When we come into coherence, our biochemicals can change, our brain waves change, the brain waves create the biochemicals. So if we're living in a place of experiencing barriers or obstacles to abundance, which was where we started out on the abundance, we have a set pattern energy that we hold. It's like a thermostat. We're like held at a certain place. So when we run the frequencies, it actually brings us, releasing obstacles, brings us into alignment where our whole system, body, mind, heart, soul, spirit system, can kind of like do a reset.
Mhm.
So often people experience, like Gail did, a softening, an opening. Sometimes it's just, I feel quieter, I feel relaxed. Sometimes you get more specific feelings or vibrations or awarenesses, shoulders, your shoulder loosened up. What I'd like to do now is, using the same intention, run a second scan.
Okay.
Do you have any questions, Joanne or Gail, before I run the second scan?
I myself don't have any questions. Gail, do you have any questions?
No, not really at the moment.
Okay.
So when we ran the first scan, we came up with the top 5 programs. Now I'm going to run the first of that, called the Deep Cycle. Again, in this amount of time, I don't have any time to go into that really, but I just really hold the indicator. So as I'm scanning, hold your intention, say it out loud, Gail.
I am in the flow of abundance.
Yeah. And one more time.
I am in the flow of abundance.
And even, can you feel how even just saying those words have already shifted? Like first time you said it, it was like, I don't believe it. But now it's like your system, right? It's not logical. It's not mental. It's vibrational.
Careful, you're giving away my best coaching secrets about tone of voice.
Yeah, okay. We all are related, right?
We often give away our secrets when we do this type of work, but
But you're absolutely right, Eliza. I mean, you can tell what a person is being by how the words come out of their mouth, and how, not just body language, but just how they sound. You can pick up on so many tonal clues and go, oh, you said that, but that's not true.
Right.
No pass.
Right.
Let's look.
So that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
Because in this one, we're just talking vibration, but vibration is what you hear, right?
we may have to bring you on multiple times.
Yes. Right? We become the permanent resident.
Right.
Yes.
There you go. Once a week,
All right.
And perpetual volunteer. Call me
what,
guinea pig.
right? So what came up for you was, there's 5 programs, the top 5 came up. So Breath of Life, what was interesting with your throat. Clean All, which is cleaning out really on a cellular level, cleaning out the and then first application, kidneys, and free flow. So again, we don't need to know really what those mean. If I was working with you for an entire hour, one-on-one, we'd be diving into that. But now we're going to vibrate these frequencies. We're going to do a minute 20.
Okay.
So before we do that, just take a breath. Drop back into that centered place. Drop back into the vibrations that we were running before. If you're just joining us, just close your eyes, just become centered. And say your affirmation again, your intention again, Gail, out loud.
I am in the flow of abundance.
And we're going to vibrate the frequencies that will bring your system into resonance with that intention. So simply being quiet, opening, and receiving. We're vibrating starting now. And for those of you watching, we're doing a minute, 20 seconds. We're just letting Gail be quiet and opening to receive, just open to receive. You'll be able to feel these vibrations as well. And that is complete. So just noticing, Gail, what you notice. What did you notice that time?
Well, the first thing that kind of made me go, that was interesting, was I felt kind of a push on the upper part of my back. Now, not from the outside, but the motion of being pushed, but it was like an internal spinal thing, like when a caterpillar does its little thing, right? So that was interesting because there was like a push up from the middle of my back to that kind of affected the spine above up into my neck. Another thing that I noticed was a point of electricity here, and then an itching tingle here, not like a falling asleep, like when your feet fall asleep tingle, but there was definitely some electrical activity going on here that I felt like I gotta scratch that, right? That going on that way. And then just before when you said it was complete, maybe 3 to 5 seconds before that, I felt my body just kind of like take a pillow and you go to put it on the bed, right? So you make it long so everything falls into place and then you set the pillow. That's what I felt in my body. Like everything was just like, there you go. And everything was relaxed.
Beautiful.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Yeah. What's most interesting, and so much interesting about that, but as I was just tuning into you, I felt like almost a great big key being put in, unlocking the blocks in upper back.
Yeah.
Which was really, and before
very interesting.
I closed my eyes, and probably right about the time I went, I literally did that. Joanne saw me do that. I'm like, oh.
Yes. Yeah.
And that being set, like, you didn't see the pillow, I shake my pillow, but like, there you are.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there you are.
Mm-hmm.
So say your intention again and see how that feels different.
I am in the flow of financial abundance. Oh, that changed too.
It did change, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And do you hear the more self-confident?
Yeah.
I mean, there was no crackle, there was no breathy. Yeah. There was a statement, a grounded
and it was
statement.
a lot more vibrant too, from what I
Yeah.
heard. Yeah, a lot more vibrant.
Yeah.
Like I believed you when you said it.
Right? Right. Exactly.
I was like, yeah, she
Right,
is. Yes.
Whereas at the beginning, it was an intention and now it's an embodiment. That's the other thing with frequencies is when they enter your field, there's an embodiment. It's so not mental. It's so not logical. It's completely energetic. Feels like you got taller.
Maybe.
I mean,
or at the very least, I'm sitting up straighter.
Well, maybe, right? But that's settled, that like, that's an embodiment that happens. And when you think about this, we ran those frequencies for 1 minute, 20 seconds. And yet you changed, right? Look at her, even her eyes are brighter and lighter.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, her whole face looks different to me.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Energized.
Yeah. So when you look, like when you came in today, you were like, I've got barriers receiving abundance. So now when you just right now, just sort of look in your own system, where are those barriers? Are they gone?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gone. They're gone. Yeah. In 1 minute and 20 seconds. Well, plus 2 minutes and 49 seconds. If you want to be technical,
Let's be technical
less
about
than
things.
4 minutes.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a quantum frequency session, and these vibrations are now in your field. So over the next few days and few weeks, tap into it again and again, because it has changed your vibrational field. It's changed your blueprint. It's changed your thermostat. And you still might have habit patterns of I've got obstacles. but if you notice one, like if somebody comes and says, Gail, I want to give you $100,000 and you want to back away, that's just old stuff. It's not real anymore. And you go,
Gotcha.
yes, please, thank you.
Right.
You can write that check out.
Tap into the frequencies until they become normalized, and they will be in your system until you've integrated them.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This is going to be fun seeing where it shows up and calling it back in when I notice it's not. That's cool.
Yeah. And we have a follow-up show in a couple of weeks, right, Joe?
Yes.
So
I'm glad you actually mentioned that too. So our viewers will know, because again, when we do healing work, it's always nice to know what took place with the volunteer after the fact. And that's what we're going to be doing on 2 weeks from today. Both of them will be back to speak about, Gail will be speaking about her experience, what she's experienced over the last 2 weeks from this session, which I always find from a client's point of view, that's the most important part, is what the actual client experiences through their healing.
Yeah.
And, do they experience anything? Do they notice anything, or do they not? So I think it's going to be exciting to see and to hear what shows up for Gail over the next 2 weeks, and what she shares with us in the next 2 weeks when she's on. So
your homework, Gail, is to notice what you notice. Notice if you have thoughts of obstacles or barriers or thoughts of abundance, and notice what actually shows up in consciousness as well as in the world.
Awesome.
Yes.
Will do.
Yes, excellent. So before we go to a commercial break, our final commercial break, Eliza, you had mentioned during the commercial break that you're very generously going to be giving a raffle giveaway. So can you let the viewers know what that is?
Yes, so I will give away a quantum frequency session, which we'll spend about 30 to 45 minutes together, pretty much doing what we just demonstrated with Gail. Of course, we'll have a little bit more time and space to dive into really what's moving, and use the frequency to both analyze or scan, and then also send the vibrations. That retails on my website for $97, but last time I was here with Joanne, we offered one as a raffle, and so we'll do the same.
Awesome.
Well, I don't know what they have to do to be entered. Do they have to comment or something?
I'm gonna mention that right now. I'm glad you said that. So yes, for those of you who haven't yet, especially if you just popped in on the second part of this, remember to share, like, and comment. Those 3 things are really, really important to have at least a chance of winning. So your name has to go in a bucket. So those 3 things: share, like, comment. And that gives you an opportunity. The winner will be announced next week during our live show, obviously. And Eliza, let them know how they can reach you one more time.
So find me, Eliza Bloom Robinson, on Facebook. I'll be tagged on this interview, whether you're seeing it right now or on the replay. And I also have a website, elizabloomrobinson.com. Eliza is with an A, A-L-I-Z-A.
Awesome. And Gail, let them know how they can reach you.
You can reach me on Facebook at Gail Nicholson, or at www.gailnicholson.com. And you can tune in on Tuesdays on the Three Crones in the Woo Woo Facebook page to watch myself and Joanne and our cohort in croniness, Krista Ducharme, do our show, Three Crones in the Woo Woo.
Awesome. So again, ladies, I'd like to thank you so much for being here, and Gail for being brave to do this live and letting the whole world see what really takes place behind the scenes during a healing session. So I thank you for doing that. And Eliza, as always, it's amazing to watch you do the work that you do. So thank you. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be back when we come back.
Are you ready for that breakthrough? If so, I can help. I'm Reverend Eliza Bloom Robinson, Transformation Catalyst, and I support people just like you to move through into breakthrough, finding the place of empowerment and clarity about who you be and what you do. I'm offering a complimentary consultation session. Just simply email me at newhumanitynow@gmail.com, and I look forward to chatting with you.
Did you know that astrology and numerology influences your metabolism and weight? Hello, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, student of astrology, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. And I help women and men by referral release issues from their tissues while releasing emotional weight and falling in love with themselves. As I witness the transformation of watching each client become the best version of who they are. To redeem your first discovery session at 10% off, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I do look forward to helping you release your issues from your tissues and falling in love with yourself.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just tuning in, remember to like, share, and comment on today's show. And please, you're going to have to go back and watch either on the replay or you can watch on our many platforms, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or YouTube. There is a raffle giveaway, and in order to participate, you do need to share, like, and comment so you can take advantage of the raffle giveaway that Eliza Robertson will be giving, which is a quantum frequency healing session, which is what took place today. So if you're just tuning in now, please go back and watch later. And want to announce our last week's raffle winner, which is Nina. And I'm going to leave it just there because her last name is extremely long and I know I'm going to screw it up. There is a flyer with her name on it, and she has won the generous gift that Nick Rafter has raffled off, which is an editorial piece completely free. So I will be reaching out to her and to him so they can connect. So congratulations to Nina for winning the raffle winning from last week, a editorial piece completely free. So our guest for next week, for those of you who like to know who's coming on week to week to week, my guest for next week is Tamara Collins. She is our marketing strategist and social media manager. And I do urge you to watch her, watch next week, because she gives such amazing marketing tips and even social media tips. I mean, I just got a whole list of things that I needed to do to sort of put things in perspective and get myself out there more. And she's amazing. So please come and join us next Sunday at the same time. I'm gonna do things just a little backwards today because usually I offer a card reading in the beginning of the show, but because I was so damn excited, I forgot to. So if in case you didn't catch the show in the beginning, so you didn't get a chance to take advantage of the quantum frequency healing session today, I do not want you to walk out without anything. So I'm going to shake up the cards, and this is just giving you an opportunity just to take a breath, and whatever shows up with the card, the chakra, the number, and the affirmation can actually help you release whatever you need to release for today. And then the chakra associated is the root chakra. Very important to allow yourself to embody your energy and drop the energy down to your feet so you can stay connected to the earth. As I mentioned earlier, for those of you who weren't here earlier, we have a lot of planets in Pisces energy. Pisces is a floaty, spiritual sort of energy where we might be in our head a lot. So it's very important to get grounded. Affirmation is new relationship. And that new relationship is really the relationship you have with yourself before you can have any other relationships. So embody the new relationship. Your number, 2 and 8. The 2 is the partnership with yourself. When you create a better relationship with you, you create better relationships with others. The 8 energy is about the harmony that you will install by creating that balance. Comes out to a 10, which is all about a new beginning, as we did have a new moon yesterday. So we are all in this new process of new energy, new moon, new. So that is our card for today. And with all that being said, we had a fabulous show, and I was really excited to have both my guests here. Feel free to go back, watch on the replay, or watch on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or YouTube. And remember, if you want to take advantage of the amazing raffle giveaway, you do need to be in it to win it. So share, like, and comment. And I do look forward to seeing everybody next Sunday, the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, enjoy daylight savings for those who had to change the clocks. Enjoy the rest of this week. I believe we have St. Patty's Day coming up this week. And by next week, we will be in fall and Aries and we will be in spring and Aries and out of fall and Pisces. So with all that being said, have an awesome day. Bye-bye for now.
Okay, we're on your break. So I know you got to go.
Yes. Yes, I have to shut things down and get the hell out of here.